Welcome to Monday. It's June 15th, 2020. Well, this week is going to be a week of contrast. First of all, we're going to see what is likely going to be a windy and warm pattern, and at the same time, a cooler, wet one, depending on where you're watching this podcast. Now, we're going to have a strong Pacific front come in, bringing warm and windy weather east of the Continental Divide to start the week, while the week starts off cooler and wet on the western side of the divide. This will be especially true for Montana, Idaho, western Wyoming, northern Utah, back into Washington and Oregon. Areas of cooler weather over all areas east of the divide. The cool air comes in during the second half of the week. Then shower and thunderstorm activity in that cooler air during the second half of the week does get a little bit better for the plains. This is the current jet stream pattern as of this morning. We have this broad trough, pretty big one, into the Pacific Northwest coming into the region. This is bringing a southwest wind flow out of the desert states into the area. Some of you may notice some haze today. It may be a little hazy because we have fires burning in southern Arizona, forest fires that are drawing the smoke up in here from the southwest winds aloft, so you may notice some haziness. Now the air up here, this is downright cool coming in back up here, and this trough is going to be heading eastward. So east of the divide, the week's going to start off very warm with these desert winds coming on in. Up here, the colder air comes on in, and by Wednesday afternoon, the trough only slowly moves to northern Montana, but the cooler air descends into the areas along and east of the divide during the second half of the week. And that's when we should start to see some better chances for showers and thunderstorms. By Sunday and Monday, the trough is in the upper Great Lakes, high pressure rebuilds, and we start to warm up again late in the weekend and early next week. So we have a warm start to the week, the middle to the end of the week cools off, then by the end of the weekend and next week, we warm up again. Take a look at what the temperatures do. These are our forecasted temperatures relative to normal for today. Notice all the orange and red. Very warm temperatures reported out here. But look the contrast. We've got purple and green back in the Pacific Northwest. This is some really cool June air. And this air is headed eastward, but ahead of it, it's really warm. By Wednesday, the colder air expands and pushes east. But look at this contrast. We've got temperatures much above normal here and not very far to our west, much below normal. That's going to cause a strong temperature gradient. That's going to make it windy along and east of the Continental Divide. And that's going to increase fire danger, especially in this area of the country right here, something we'll need to watch. By Sunday, the cold air is gone. And look at the orange. It goes into the Pacific Northwest and the Northern Rockies again. So this up and down we've had this month of June is going to continue here a little bit longer. And every time we have these ups and downs, we have bouts of wind and some shower and thunderstorm activity. This is what the rainfall totals look like over the next 10 days. Notice the really good moisture up here. Western and northern Wyoming really could use some rain here. Let's hope this comes to fruition. But notice central Wyoming is still missing. Places around Casper, Lander, Riverton really getting dry, but not very far away. Some good moisture there. Now along and east of the divide, later in the week and towards the weekend, we're going to see an increase in thunderstorm activity as that trough brings colder air aloft and more instability. Yep, we're still showing you snow graphics. The colder, wet weather that's coming up into here is going to bring snow to the Idaho Sawtooths, Sun Valley's highest mountains. Look at Yellowstone Park, down into the Wind River Mountains, and possibly the Bighorns. Well, early this week, Yellowstone Park is going to get snowed on again, as well as the higher mountains of northwestern Wyoming and southwest Montana and eastern areas of Idaho. Then as we get on into the rest of the week and the weekend, we should see temperatures rebound. Thanks for listening and watching the Day Weather Podcast. Have a great Monday. Talk to you Tuesday.